Welcome to The Terrible Take, a daily segment telling Steelers Nation what's on our mind. I'm Dave Bryan. With this being my final terrible take before the Pittsburgh Steelers play their 2022 regular season finale on Sunday against the Cleveland Browns, I think now is a perfect time to address the job that head coach Mike Tomlin has done so far this year. For starters, the 8-8 Steelers have a plausible path to a playoff spot entering Week 18, and not many of you listening to this would have believed that would have ultimately been the case when the team entered their bye week at 2-6. The fact that the Steelers have a chance to end the 2022 regular season with a winning record is quite astounding, if you ask me. Look, I predicted this team would go 8-9 this season, and at the time I made that preseason prognostication, I kind of felt like I might have been too generous by a game. Even so, here we are. The Steelers on the cusp of going 9-8 and potentially landing a playoff spot with a rookie quarterback firmly planted under center. Sure, the Steelers offense still hasn't looked great during their 6-2 second half run through the schedule. While the unit is possessing the football longer on drives and running the rock much better, the lack of scoring still exists, just as it did during the first half of the season. That said, at least the offense has managed to develop a little bit of an identity in these last several games. I prefer to say that with that the Steelers have managed to perfect a below-average offense. As for the Steelers' defense since the bye week, wow. Only once in the team's last 8 games has the defense surrendered more than 17 points. In fact, only 2 other teams have allowed fewer points to be scored against them than the Steelers have in the last 8 games played by each. That's a good reason why the Steelers have managed to go 6-2 during that span of games. Look, the Browns game certainly now lies ahead, and it's a home affair for the Steelers as well. Should the Steelers lose to the already eliminated Browns on Sunday, it will be hard to paint this 2022 season as some sort of success for Tomlin. After all, 8-9 would be Tomlin's first losing season. However, should the Steelers beat the Browns on Sunday, and should somehow the team get the help they need to sneak into the playoffs, I personally think that Tomlin should have a statue of himself erected outside of Acrisure Stadium, as I would view him pulling off such a feat as probably one of his best since the team won the Super Bowl nearly 14 years ago. Be sure to follow us at SteelersDepot.com and check out episodes of The Terrible Take every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And check out The Terrible Podcast with myself and Alex Kozora every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.